Hello, guys. It's another beautiful day today, and I hope you guys are good today. As you are joining this live, please make sure you click on that like button and also drop a comment because we are going to be discussing a very important topic today, and I'm going to be taking some of the question that has been coming up since this Canada new rule comes up. So I think I should give you guys updates about this new Canada uh, uh, this new rule. Okay, so I will be discussing so much about this new rule and how you can take advantage of this new rule. Okay, so please, as you are joining this live, make sure you click on that like button and make sure you also share this with your friends. Okay, so and I will also be taking some of the questions regarding the uh, new study permits rule that just come out in Canada. So if you have any question regarding schools in Canada, regarding colleges in Canada, make sure you drop them because that is the major thing we are going to be discussing in today's video. Okay, so the news has been going on the IRCC portal, and a lot of people who has applied to colleges, to universities, even up to this morning, was still doing some application to some Canadian colleges. Okay, so these Canadian colleges are some of the colleges that accept low low grades, and also their tuition deposits is very low. I've brought to you on this channel some of these colleges. So now a lot of people has applied. They are planning to migrate to Canada coming January 2024, coming May 2024, some coming September 2024. But this new rule, don't you think is going to affect a lot of people? So this is why I'm here today to give you the strategy that you can use to make sure that your visa don't get denied. Because from the information on the IRCC news portal now, it shows that every year they always have like 500,000 people immigrating to Canada every year. And so far this year now, uh, about two about 238,000 study permits has been given out. Okay, so if 238,000 study permits has been given out already, it means the calculation is still right, because here they said yearly 500,000 study permits are given out, and they are now planning to bring 500,000 study permits going out every year. They are planning to bring it down to 100,000 or 150,000 study permits every year. So you see now, this is a very serious issue that needs to be addressed. And this is why I'm bringing you this video right now, so that we can now understand what you need to do, the right thing to do at what time. Because here now, there's a lot of some languages that I would not like to mention because of maybe some issue with this platform that we are using, so that they don't flag down this video. Okay, so I will just try to use some kind of word to express the information on the portal. But the major thing right here now is that what is the cause of this? Okay, so the major cause is that uh, last month a lot of people were being stranded because there was no accommodation for them, and this same issue is what is coming up now. which a lot of people are complaining that they don't have apartment to rent. Even if we are helping people to get accommodation in Canada and other countries, we know the stress we go through before we could get accommodation in some locations in Canada, right? Having someone on ground in Canada that helped me facilitate this process, we still go through a lot before we get accommodation in some areas. If there's no accommodation to accommodate students who are applying for programs, how would they give them study permits? So that's the first thing. So not that they will not give that study permit, they will give the study permit, but the number of study permits that will now go out every year will be divided by 5. It is written on this website that every year they give 500,000 visa every year, and now they are planning to bring it down starting from next year now to 100,000 or 150. So now, what are the things you need to do right? Because a lot of people they just believe, uh, let me just apply. I'm going to get the application. It's not just about application now. It is not just about Canada alone now. This was how United States started. It was easy to get into the US after you've gotten your admission before now. See, before you get your appointment date now, you are going to go through a lot of stress if you are migrating to the United States. In the case where you now have full funding or full funded scholarship, then your own case might be slightly different for people who are funding their own program. I'm not saying you are not going to get your visa into the United States, but I'm saying for you to get even the date for you to go for your appointment, it is very, very difficult right now. Okay, so in this live stream, we are going to be taking a lot of questions. So as we are talking, if you have any question regarding some of the videos that I've done in the past regarding Canada, because this video is majorly focusing on Canada new rule now. Okay, so what you now have to do is that when you are filing your application, make sure if you are going for your master degree program, make sure you write your statement of purpose. When you write this statement of purpose, not just to write this statement of purpose, go over it, share it. If you are the husband applying for a program, share this with your wife, let her go through it, let her scan some of the words that you use. When she scans through it, she might see some of the things that you need to adjust. I'm saying now, if you are the husband, or let's say the husband is the main applicant here now that is trying to apply to schools in Canada, you've written your statement of purpose, give it to your wife, let her read through. If your wife reads through the statement of purpose, she might see some things that need to be improved on. If you are the wife that also doing the same, give it to your husband to read through it. Don't just do things alone. Don't say I can do everything alone. Look for people that it's just like when you are writing your paper. Okay, you don't just say because I'm the one that owns paper, I can write it any way I like it. What about those people that are reading those papers? Okay, when I started my career as a web developer, one of the things I always do is that when I just take the information from the client, okay, convert this to user. When I take the user information, we convert it to a design. When we make those design, we are now going into the UX part now. How does user see this design? Okay, how do they experience it? After you are done developing that solution, we have some people who are testers who are software testers. We are now going to give it to them within the company I work with. We are now going to give it to them. Okay, please. Okay, this is the main idea of this project. These are the things we give them a testing data. These are the things you should test in this solution if they meet the requirements. The same thing also goes to your academics when you are trying to file or submit an application. It is not just about submitting that application. You've written it in your own perspective, give it to other people, let them review that for you. The statement of purpose is also one of the things that you are going to need when you are filing your visa application, especially for Canada. I have this checklist that I always give to people who are in my visa application list. Okay, so if you've gotten your statement of purpose right, what about the expression of interest? Why are you studying this particular program? All of those important things are one of the major things that a lot of visa application will be denied this year. I mean, this year is out already. Will be denied coming 2024. I know a lot of people are still applying for visa this year, but I'm talking to people who are just applying to schools and that will start their study by January, May, or September 2024 because of this new rule now. If you don't have the proper information of what you need to do, a lot of people, their visa application will be denied because of the way they present their proof of fund. Not because they don't have that enough fund to cater for their needs, but because of how they provide that proof of fund. What is the source of the fund that you are proving? We Africans, we like it when you are sending money to someone, you just send money through. No information about the purpose of the money. The banks that put it there, purpose of money. Some banks they will use notes. Some banks they will use information. So those things are one of the major things that people are doing wrong. You are submitting your visa application on the IRCC portal. You don't prove your home ties. It will be very difficult for you to skate through that process. What is the assurance that you are coming back home? We know that you want to stay there, but what is the assurance you are giving them that you are coming back to your home country? They need it. I think I saw a news on the IRCC news portal some days back where they were saying that they are going to remove you having to prove your home ties again, because they know a lot of people who come to study, after studying they get their postgraduate work permit. After getting their postgraduate work permit, they get their PR. After getting their PR, they continue to work, they get their citizenship. Now, someone who has gotten citizenship or who has given birth and the child have citizenship in the country, they will not even allow you to go, or they will not want you to travel out of the country again. But because it is a requirement at the moment that you must make sure that you fulfill, you must provide it, not because they are saying they want to remove that information from the visa application checklist. You must make sure you provide that, okay, I have my family, I have a landed property. All this information are not something that is new, but a lot of people are still not doing this thing in the right way. It is not easy now. It is not easy to just be wasting money. You have the money to apply for your visa application. You don't have the money to apply for your visa application. You have to do the thing rightly. That is the main point here. Not just for you to do it, but for you to do it rightly. If you are working already in your own country and you are not yet laid off from that work, you are still working in that company presently, you need to provide some letters from that company when you are filing your visa application. It is one of the things that you are going to use to convince the visa officer that you are coming back. So if you don't provide this, how do you want them to be able to say, okay, this person is coming back to the is returning back to the home country? So the major reason I'm just bringing this is that a lot of visa will be rejected, but they will not tell you that it is because there is no accommodation currently. Canada is going through a lot of difficulties in with accommodation right now. Student renter, okay, let me put it that way. They are going through a lot with student renter right now. And if you are not doing the right thing at the point of you filing your application for visa, you are not going to get that visa. Which means you have to reapply again. So why not just have the information at once and do it rightly at once? It is not mandatory that you do it twice. You provide your statement of accounts, you provide your home ties, you provide your letter of introduction from your employer, you provide a copy of your employment letter. All of these letters are very, very important. Okay, so what I want to do right now is that I want to organize a webinar this month. So this will come up this Saturday, which is 26th. Those who want to apply, who want to join this webinar, you can join this webinar. So I'm going to do justice. I'm going to walk you through how you can process your visa application yourself. All the documents you need to put together yourself, how you can get all those documents yourself and process your visa application yourself without anybody supporting or assisting you. Your date of birth information, which you should provide with your birth certificate. If you are not using your birth certificate, you use the court affidavit giving information about your age. All those things are things that matters. If you are married, you are migrating with your family, where you are communicating with your wife. I mean, maybe you are in the car driving with your wife. Pictures you snap. You go to eatery. You go to the park. You go for karaoke. Snap those pictures and put it there. Not just only your wedding picture that you are going to use to convince the visa officer that you are married to this person and you are migrating with them. It is not enough. So I'm just saying this. I'm saying all of this because now 500,000 visa is going out every year. They are bringing it down to 100,000 or 150,000 every year. And this year already, they've given out 238,000. So if they've given out 238,000, it means it is more than what they are planning to start giving by next year. And this is just still the half of the year. Not that a lot of visa will not still be accepted. It will still be accepted. But you need to make sure that every information you need to provide, please provide them. Okay, so now I'll start taking questions from the comment box now. If you have any questions, start dropping them at the comment box before I go to the next thing. How you can take advantage of this student renter. Okay, so okay, people are not dropping comments. I will just go ahead. Now, for those who are not applying for those who are not applying for schools but are planning to use the permanent residency pathway, these are the people that we have more option or more hands in migrating easily. If you are into the uh, construction sector, you are going to be able to get your visa easily, because now they will be looking for people who are majorly into construction, students who are planning to apply for program in construction, anything construction, anything about building, wedding, whether those people that wed metals. Okay, so those people that do that work, those people who are going into architecture program or architectural programs, they are going to get uh, more visa approved. So how can you now take advantages of this student renter? I've spoken about different permanent residence pathway on this channel in Alberta, in Nova Scotia, in New Brunswick, in different provinces on this channel. So what you want to do right now is to go and watch those videos about those provincial nominee programs. Oh, sorry. Okay, so if you are using any of the provincial nominee programs to take advantages or to take advantage of this student renter, make sure this will favor those who are into construction, those who are into architecture projects, okay, those who are majorly into buildings. These are people that for the next 1 year, the immigration or the visa application are going to favor them. I'm not saying it will not favor the students, but we've talked about how it's going to favor the students, which is if you apply to the right program and you also file your visa application in the right way. Okay, so I've spoken about some of the things that you need to do, and if you are not doing them rightly, then I can't say what might happen to your visa, if it's going to be approved or if it's not going to be approved. Okay, but I think I've done a little justice to this new rule, and if you find this useful, please let me know at the comment box. Okay, so I'm going to go now because I have a meeting to join in 5 minutes from now. Okay, so till then, I'm going to catch up with you in another one once I have other information for you. Thank you very much for tuning in today, and I will see you some other time.